First, we're going to prepare our raw ingredients, our veggies. Starting with the garlic, we're going to peel off 1 clove of garlic. That's all we really need. If you want to add more spices, you can. We go ahead and just take a knife and a hammer to hit it once to break the garlic. And now using this neat little chopper or mincer, which is great, mince your onions, I can go ahead and just, using the palm of my hand, mince it up in a very quick time, just to save time. Now we got minced garlic, just push it off to the side because we're going to be using it later. Next is the onion. Since we have a big onion, this is the smallest I could find here, I could use it more, I don't need to use all of it. So I'm just going to use like 1/4 of the onion and slice it, then peel it up. Also, a little note too is a trick I learned there. When you cut off the end, you cause more tears. But since we have the chopper, we're going to avoid the tears. But here I'm just peeling off the onion, off the skin, to the point, get it down to the usable meat. I'm now cutting it up into smaller sections to make it easier for the chopper. Because I really want to, again, mince the onion using my chopper. I mince it around, get it very nicely chopped up, nice and fine. This really comes in handy, this chopper, because I avoiding the tears. I don't have to shed any tear, other than just a tear of joy. Now we call for some lemon rind. Here I'm just using a hand grater, to grate off some of the lemon peel. I found what's good, instead of trying to peel it onto the bowl and the counter, just peel it or grate it into the grater itself, where you see it on top. And when I get enough that I need, I would just go ahead and shake it off the grater into my container. But as you see, I'm grating the lemon rind, and you see it on the grater itself coming off. This was the smallest butternut squash I could find in the supermarket. I really don't need to use all of it since I'm doing just a 1-person meal. I'm only going to take a portion of it, and just the middle part there. You can use the other part and save the other for another time or another day for it. This is a very hard fruit. Here I just want to just peel it. Initially using a vegetable peeler on the side, try to peel it, which really takes a while to peel it, but there's actually a quicker method doing for butternut squash. And you can see as I peel it, everything goes flying away. But then a quicker way I realize here is I don't really need to peel it, I just need to cut off the rind and get down to the meat of the fruit. The rind part is the yellowish part, and just slice it off, because we are going to cube this as well, and this makes it a lot quicker, and the peelings don't end up flying all over the counter and into the other ingredients before prematurely. Now that I have peeled off the rind of my butternut squash, I want to cube it. And here you can cube it to any size you want that's suitable, but I want some very small, like 1/4-inch cubes or 1/8 inch to 1/4-inch cubes. So I'm cutting it in strips first, in one direction. Then I'm going to cut it in crosswise strips, cut the strips crosswise in the other direction to get into little small sticks that I can just lie flat and cube. You need to add a little force because this butternut squash, when not cooked, is a hard vegetable. Now I see I have lowered it, cut up there, and now I just lay the strips down flat in groups and just cube it in nice, evenly symmetrical cubes. There. Now we have all our ingredients prepped and ready. We're going to put them aside and use them in the rest of the preparation of our meal. Now the first step here is we need to prepare. I had preheated my oven to 400 degrees, and I'm going to prepare 2 small bread pans in here to bake my nuts, my walnuts, as well as bake the butternut squash. So I'm going to put about 1/8 of a cup of walnuts and only sprinkle along the bottom of the pan. Next, I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil to my butternut squash and just make sure that's coated before, just coat it and then put it into the other pan for baking on here. The nuts will only bake for like 5 minutes. The butternut squash will bake for 15 to 20 minutes in here. But it's okay to put them both in the oven at the same time. The nuts will come out first. Okay, the nuts are done, and I just need to add some butter and sugar to the nuts, basically making it a little sweeter. I microwave the butter in a bowl for like 10 seconds, no more than that, because I need it melted. Adding some sugar. And then we'll be adding some pepper. And then we're going to add in the melted butter. Just mix that thoroughly up so everything is properly coated. And then we will set this aside. Now our butternut squash is done. It's tender. The cubes are tender. Checking it by putting checking with a fork or a toothpick, just making sure that I can insert it easily. Remember, these pans are hot in the oven, so you want to make sure you have a pot holder or a towel. I just go ahead and add my garlic, and I just mix it up in there. To coat everything. Here I cover my butternut squash with the garlic because I want the steam to help the garlic influence the squash. Now to work on the broth, we're adding in our cup of chicken broth and a cup of water. And we don't want to boil this, we just want this to get warm and stay warm. So we're actually going to move this to another burner that's on low, and just to let it heat up on a low setting. We don't want to boil this. And now we are going to fry up our sausage. We take about a quarter cup of sausage, or you can use pancetta, but I chose sausage, readily available, and we want to brown that. Here the sausage was frozen, so we just need to move it around, try to heat it up, and melt it. Here we are chopping up the sausage as we're browning it. Now we are adding our chopped onion, and we want to caramelize this. Next, we're going to add our cup of uncooked rice. This is a technique we're actually using to brown the rice first, and then we'll add in our liquid to finish cooking the rice. Now we are going to add our a cup of Chardonnay wine. And let that get moistened up. Next, we're going to add in our broth. And we're going to let the rice absorb the broth, because we don't want a soup. We just want a nice rice pilaf type dish. We're going to cover it and just let it absorb and cook and let it absorb. Now we are adding our cubed butternut squash into our rice pilaf mixture, along with our lemon rind too. And our dish is complete, and now we're going to serve it and plate it.